All right, guys, this is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and we are back with God's Raid. Today, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to kind of touch base on the early game and things that you should do and stats that you should be looking for to kind of get through this. Now, we've played through the game a couple times, and we've restarted and restarted. And this is an account that I'm playing with now. It may end up becoming my main account, but as of right now, I just wanted to start over and kind of see how the game maybe has changed since the update, and if it's easier to build, if it's harder to build, like what we need to do. So essentially, I'm just going to kind of go over what I did and what I've kind of learned from my previous account where I did all human, and I kind of just messed around with that. I did get into chaos, not chaos, into hell mode, and we were able to beat a bunch of stuff, and we were getting pretty high up there in Ruby and Arena, so we were doing pretty good. So let's just kind of look at everything and how I've kind of adapted from what I've seen and maybe like some of the things that I got stuck in hell mode. So let's take a look at this, that what we did. So first of all, we reset basically almost 10 times. All right. We reset to try to get at least something that we want. Now, I was lucky on the time that I was really just looking for gods. All right. With the gods, what we really are looking for are this one. We are looking for Scathy. All right. So she's one that we would really like to get. Ares is another one that we would also like to get. I was unfortunately not lucky enough to get him, but I got a good pull, so I just kept it. She's one of the ones we want. Also, Poseidon, really great enemy. I mean, really great enemy, really great god to help you in the early game because if you level him up early, you're going to get the pieces from just doing campaign, and he basically one shots most of the ads in boss fights. So if you save him for the last hit and you upgrade all his favor, obviously I haven't done that yet. We're still working on getting there, but we're going to upgrade all his favors and get his main attack up to as far as we can. And eventually, we got this on my other account up to almost like 840 attack, I believe. So yeah, you can basically one shot most of the waves if you use Ares first and then hit everybody with Poseidon, and then boom. All of a sudden, all you got to deal with is the boss, and it does take a pretty large chunk of damage off the bosses as well. So he's really good to build early on. As you can see, we already have him at 1 star, and we're working our way up to 20. Another one that's really good early game is Nike. All right, she is really good, and why is she good? Because even paired with Ares, you can get this skill where it's the Horn of Victory, or increase your attack power by 150. Now, it starts at 100, moves up to 200, and then I would assume 250 would be the highest. But this would go really great with Ares because you could increase the attack of your whole team and then pop in for only 2 magic points and have your strongest attack hero basically get another boost to their attack. So that's kind of cool. We're going to stack that up. But as of right now, we don't have Ares. And the other good news about her is she has this crit. What I've noticed is in this game is that crit is very hard to come by. So when you're looking at your gods, you're going to want to look for crit rate. Those are the most important. If I have an attack dealer, I honestly would probably choose crit rate over anything else, just because the crit damage you get from your gear and all that is going to make you very strong. The tank bosses in this game are insanely strong. They take a ton of damage and they just don't die. They heal back up. There's a whole bunch of things that happen. So there's things you're going to want to be looking for in your team and in your gods. All right. So we'll go over most of that too. So we've got Poseidon, we've got Nike, we've got Scathy. The reason we have her is because our tank, all right, can slow down bosses. And right now, I don't have a tank. I'm waiting to get a specific one that is rare. It is the Beast one because we want to get this in with our favor, where we get defense and we also have crit resistance, which is nice. So we are looking for the rare tank right now. That's basically the hero I want to get. And she will just freeze everybody and just make them move slower. And not just a little bit, it's a lot. Like it seems like it's not because it's only 20% here. As you level it up, it's going to get better. But these bosses have insane skills. They'll heal back up. They do like doubling. They do all kinds of crazy stuff. If you can slow them down, they can't heal as much. You can kill them quicker, right? Now, if you get heal reduction on them with the speed down, boom, you've got an enemy that basically can't heal. All right, so really good god. Another early game one that's really good is Mimir. Would I use him later on? It depends. It depends on how good your crit rate is. This guy at level 2 is already increasing our crit of all allies by 1,000. Now, if you have someone if your team's teetering around like 50% crit rate, then yeah, this is going to be great for you. If your whole team is obviously late game and you're trying to get, you have crit rates that are like 80, 90, maybe you don't need him as much. All right. Maybe it won't be as necessary, but he's still good to level up early on. Very good hero. Now, the other one that's really good is Anubis, surprisingly enough, who pairs really well with a specific hero. And I'll show you that in a second. But basically, he's got a crit resist and he's got HP. So he's good for like healers or tanks and things like that. The other one that you could conceivably use if you wanted to was Hela. She's really good early game. Why? Because she has summoning of skeletons. If you have a undead hero, someone like, here, I'll show you. Let's get out of here. Who would you put her with? That's really good. I'll tell you who you could put her with. If you end up getting this guy, Skeleton Commander, look at this. He's got a skill that summons 3 skeletons. Now you put that on him with Hela. Now you've got a skeleton soldier who can drop almost what, 6, 7 soldiers. You're going to have a freaking party. And if you end up getting the legendary ranged hero, that one also makes skeletons. You can literally have yourself a little skeleton party. So that would be a really good combo that you could use. I haven't tested it out and like how effective it is. I know that when I get overwhelmed by skeletons, usually I die. So this could be an annoying nuisance tank kind of situation you could do, but it requires you to constantly summon. So it's a little bit, it's a little bit slower in the sense that you can't really time out. It's a little bit harder to time out when they're going to do it. But yeah, you could do that, and that's fine. Here we go. Let's get out of here. Who else do we use? So who are we using? We did get Orc Swordsman on the original poll. Now, on my original video, I said your best bet is to maybe mix it up between epics and rares. I still kind of hold to that. However, what I'm learning here is that what you can do, and this works just as well, is make an entire rare team with one legendary. The experience you'll get to level up your account and your team progression won't be slowed down because you won't be having a lot of epics that are going to be taking up all of your exp. If you have a ton of legendaries, obviously that's going to be way harder to level them up. It's going to take forever. But the fact that I'm using all rares is kind of making up for the fact that I'm leveling up this legendary. So my account is actually progressing. Just so you know, this account has only been effective since I think 8 o'clock this morning. It is now 7 p.m. So it's been around. I've only had this account for 11 hours, and we're already at the point that we're at because we're able to move forward pretty quickly. Also, because I've played before. I also know when to focus things. As you can see, all his gear is level 10. We focused mainly on him, and then I got a couple of other pieces to 4. If you look around, see, he doesn't really have much leveled up. He doesn't really have too much. He has my old weapon that I used on Orc Swordsman, and then we've got Half Beast Archer, and we've got this one, Mummy Sorcerer, who also makes shields. Awesome, right? And she heals, and she poisons. And with Anubis, she gets crit resistance, and she gets HP, and she gets another shield, which is only on a what? This one is on a, what is magic points? Here we go. 4 magic points. You get another shield. So what I've noticed is since we do not have Ares right now, what we can do is we can use Poseidon right at the beginning, or we can use Anubis in the second wave if the second wave is giving us trouble and someone might be close to dying. You pop up a shield, and then hopefully she'll pop up another shield, so you've got another one, and then as soon as you get into the boss, boom, Poseidon. Now you've got more shield, all right? So tons and tons of shield going on there. She's a really good healer. The mage I actually have because I just like him. He's got a poison, and he decreases the attack of 2 enemies. Say, boom, decreased attack, and he's got a high attack poison. Really cool looking hero. Looks just like the Final Fantasy mage. I love him, and he's great. Now, every single one of my heroes that are here are affinity based, so they do have the affinity they need. So my orc does have the attack of 25% with Poseidon, and we've got Mimir on Spear Knight. Eventually, he will move into a different hero, probably. I've noticed that I don't like certain heroes. I do not like Hermes. Why do I not like Hermes? His skill costs way too many magic points, and when you're running auto, it always pops instead of another skill that's more important. So Poseidon is 6. So basically, if you have him, there's a chance that when you're getting to 6 on auto, it's going to pop the other skill instead of Poseidon. And Poseidon's always more important. I mean, he just does too much damage. So yeah, Hermes is kind of a trap. I don't really like him too much unless you're basing your entire team on speed, in which case, yeah, you could use Hermes. We do have Nike on Dark Mage because we want the attack power, as I said, the crit, sorry. We do want crit rate on him, and he's actually doing really well. We do have Scathy on Half Beast Archer as of right now. Originally, it was on my tank that I had a Beast tank, but right now we're still looking for the other one, and I switched out my other heroes. So yeah, I have it on her. Now, why is it kind of on her? Is it just because it works? Yes. Also because if we get someone in arena or anywhere else where somebody tries to get to the back row, it actually does work out this way as well, because now I can slow down assassins, I can slow down skeletons, I can slow down anything if they go to the back row and try to kill my healer and my range healer. So right now it's working, and I do like it. And then we have Anubis on her. Now, we've gotten a bunch of other heroes here. As you can see, we're slowly working through. Orc Mage is another one that is really good. He's someone that I would use Ancient Wizard, honestly, was very underwhelming. He's not terrible, and if you build him up, he will be good, but I actually wasn't too thrilled with him. Orc Warrior and Black Wolf are some heroes that are pretty good. We actually went all the way away from Power Fist this time. We're moving away from anybody who is epic, and we're going to be focusing mainly on these rares because I want to see how much they do it. I can't tell you how awesome my rares were before on my other account, and I think this is a great way to start. Once you get into Hell mode, you can start using some other things to help you, like this, like the hero practice grounds. See, now we have 2 available, so now we end practice. So we're going to be leveling up our epics in here instead of legendaries right now. Unless I get a legendary that I really like, I'll start leveling them up in here, and that'll be how we're going to move forward. Now, I have Skeleton Commander. Why? Because he's really good, and we definitely want to use him. Let's put this one here. We definitely want to use him for the tower. So I would start leveling heroes that are against your current affinities. All right. So if you're using a ton of humans and beast, I would level up undead and a couple of other ones in here. Or if you have a random, legendary that you just really want to level. Apparently, I just unlocked a bunch of other ones. So we are going to put them in here. If you want, you can even put your main team hero in there. Like if I wanted to, I could put him in here overnight so he gains a level. I mean, that's up to you, whatever you want to run with. This is Skeleton Commander. We're also going to be leveling this guy. All right. Because we like him. He's actually good. He's got a lot of really good bleeds. So we'll put her in there. And then here, we're going to put in another hero that I like. This guy. No. Yeah, this guy. He's the right one. So we're going to put him in there. And we're going to get a god. And boom, there we go. So now we're going to start practice on these guys. And now these guys are going to passively level. All right. So even if you get them up to 2-star, 3-star, it's enough to kind of get them ready to maybe reset a hero or just use potions on them. Just get them up a little bit without having to actually worry about it. And if you're playing for an hour or two, then you're going to get like 3, 4, 5 levels. So it's definitely good in the early game. Later, obviously, as you can see, this is an hour. Some of them have run up to like 8 hours. You want to put the best god in there at the best level. The more you level your gods, the more EXP you get. Say 160% bonus because he's got a star. I believe it's 10% per star. You could quote me on that if you want. I'm not sure. All right, so now let's look at some other stuff with the heroes. What we've noticed here is that gear. All right, now on your attackers, you want to look at the gear, specifically the gear that you're putting on them. All right, now this one has accuracy and HP, but it has a plus 10 attack. So that actually trumps the accuracy and the HP. Accuracy is definitely not bad. So definitely keep that. And then on the other pieces, this one I just pulled because once again, it has the attack plus 3%, which was better than the stats I got. Everything else, though, look, crit damage and defense. This has HP. I don't care because we want this crit damage. That's the only thing we care about is crit damage on him. We want him to do more damage. Here, we've got attack speed and dodge. Dodge is probably more important on him just so that he doesn't get hit with things. And this is a big one, crit and penetration. You're going to want that on your boots at all times. So basically, this is the glove you're looking for on your attackers. This is the boot you're looking for on your attackers. Now, if you have other heroes, you could conceivably do this one, which has penetration and accuracy. It depends if you want your hero to be a little more attack-oriented. I would probably save this for your range heroes and maybe use the block like the one I have on my swordman right here. I would use something like this, maybe conceivably on them, as long as it has an attack stat. Because the thing is, they're going to be right in the fray. Your rangers, not so much. Yeah, so maybe even block damage. Those are some things that you could consider. It doesn't mean you need them. If you have a really good survival team, like healing and all that, then I would probably go more attack because you're going to need that attack. So if you're struggling on killing tanks and not the waves, then I would switch gears and just do all attack. All right. If you're having trouble surviving, then yeah, put things like this on. A little better. But I would go with more attack on these guys that are attack based, especially your ranged heroes. For this guy, we just threw on what we had for right now. We're just doing what we can. He's got what he's got. Like I said, he's got some of my older stats pieces from my swordman. So he's got crit and penetration on his weapon. He's got penetration and accuracy on the helmet, and he's got accuracy and attack on his clothes. So these are the best pieces for your ranged heroes because they're not in the fray and they can do a ton of damage. Crit and penetration on the boots, and once again, attack speed and dodge on their gloves. So yeah, that's basically what you're going to be kind of looking for. So you make sure you look for that stuff when you're doing things. If you have a tank, obviously you're going to want to do block damage, defense, HP, things like that, unless their skills are based on attack, in which case you may want to consider doing something else. Someone like, what is that guy's name? The commander, the knight commander. He's a human. He's really good, and he can do a lot of damage, and he can also heal himself back up. So you could consider, doing more attack-based stuff and just giving him a bunch of HP so he can heal back up. So you have to look at their skills and kind of check and see what you're looking to do. Now, let's go look and see where we're at. We're only, like I said, 11 hours in. We're in hard mode already. Let's claim this. It didn't take too long, but I haven't been playing for 11 hours, right? I played actually in the morning, and then I played a little on my break at work, and then we played a little bit later, and that's it. So I might have gotten on this account for a couple of hours. So what we're trying to do is now we are in campaign, all right? We are in hard mode. We have completed normal completely. So there we go. All done, completely done. All right. So now we're going to go back into hard mode. And essentially what we're looking to do now is try to get as many rewards as possible. We don't care about stars right now. Like I said, we're just kind of pushing through. I could probably 3-star that if I want to. I wasn't paying attention. So we're going to go in here. And now you can kind of see how this team works. So here we go. We've got everybody in here. I'm going to go battle. We try not to use too many potions unless we're getting close to a level or to another tier. So either 10, 20, 30, something like that, or an ascension. All right, now we've got most of our heroes now to, I believe, 2, 3 stars, so close. I think maybe my Orca hero is not there. So we have it on auto. We're just going to let it run. All right, these guys are basically going to just come in here. Now, my team wasn't that strong, I think. Was it like 50K maybe power right now? And I think we're fighting up against 60,000. Now, these guys are jerks. Now, watch. They're going to do a ton of damage, as you saw. They still survived, which is good. But now we're going to come into the second round. So now's a good time to use Anubis. So we've got our shield. If you're weaker and having trouble, you could use that shield in the beginning, all right, on that other round. Now there's only one left, so hopefully they can get through it. Remember, these are hard. This is as hard as it gets right now. So I don't know if we're going to die. This is literally the area that we're up to right now. Someone may die. All right, so he died. So now what we're going to do, as soon as we get into the fight, we're going to use this. Boom. Everyone gets hit. Say the whole wave is dead, and now we can use Horn of Victory, and everybody's going to do a ton of damage, and the boss is dead. So that's kind of how I'm working it to get through the fights. Like I said, I don't care if everybody dies. I don't care about any of that stuff. I could have used a heal there or something like that, or a shield. It doesn't matter. The main thing is the final boss fight. You want to get through and you want to get these goodies. All right, you want to get as many of these goodies as you can possibly get. Here we're going to get some beast pieces. Maybe we'll get it for her because I actually do need her. And the other thing I need is my tank. So if we're lucky right now, we'll get my tank. Yeah, we are at 49,000 power. We're fighting 63K. All right, so there we go. I'm not even at 50,000 right now. So we are underpowered right now, and we still beat the fight. Now, how far is that going to go? I don't know. Usually I get to like around the last 2 or 3 fights, and then I have to go back and re-gear and kind of upgrade and change things around. You're going to need one hero that's really strong, and that's my Sword Knight. That's the guy, the Orc Knight. That's the guy that I decided is going to be my man. So we're going to use the shield now, and hopefully it'll be enough to keep us alive now. And these guys are going to take a little bit of time. It's okay if you take a little bit of time on the second round, all right? Reason being is it's better to have your skills ready to go for the next fight than it is to actually not have them ready for that first wave. All right, that's the more important thing. Hopefully my healer actually takes some cues here and heals some people up. So we're ready to go. There we go. Shield up, do this, and now we use the crit rate up. So now everyone's doing more damage, and now boom, Horn of Victory. My other attacker is going to do a ton of damage, and now everybody's got some crit rate. Hopefully we have enough power to kill these guys. It looks like Mr. Knight's going to die, but I haven't leveled up any of his gear. That's why he's dying. It's not because he's bad. So now we're going to put a shield up. Hopefully we can get our Nike back in a second. So now Swords guy is going to go crazy. We're going to get my mage a little more attack power. And now, boom, everybody's going to die. So these tank heroes, like I said, they take a lot of damage. But as long as you need to focus on attack, all right? Attack, any skills that gives you crit rate and attack, because these tanks are very strong, all right? Now, once we level these guys up, this team's a mess. I mean, like literally, I have them kind of just here we go. Look at that. We got it. Oh, and we got my tank finally. Look at that. We got the one I wanted. So we are going to be switching that out. We're not going to do it right this second, but I'll show you what I am going to do. Probably. I have to think about it, but I don't want to just do it on the fly. But here we go. We go into heroes. Can we upgrade her is the question. Ascendance. Well, actually, I don't know if I'm going to. Yeah, I might have to get rid of her. I think she was the one I was going to get rid of. So we're going to transcend. Do we want to transcend her? No, we're going to wait on that. So what we're considering here is we're going to go all the way down here. All the way to the end. Here we go. Boom. This is the guy I wanted to get. It's crazy. And there's a reason. Summon. Why do we want him? All right. Well, basically because he's actually not a bad tank. I've used him before as a tank. Here we go. He's got a taunt, which is really nice. And he decreased the target's attack by 20%, which is really good for anybody who's dying. And he lets out a menacing cry and reduces the attack of enemies by 30%. So he is basically a great tank for early game because he can reduce the attack of everybody. So people like my other guy don't die. So we're going to end up probably just leveling him up, switching out some people. We're probably going to enchant him with this so that he can get the defense and he can slow the enemies down. All right. Close this. Yeah. And what we're probably going to end up doing is just taking out. Honestly, we're probably going to take her out just because it's probably our best bet. She's not super strong right now. I don't really like her training that we did on her. And to be honest, I need a tank. Right now, I've been running those with just damage dealers. So we only have two damage dealers in the front. Now, if they were a little bit stronger and if I had some more ascensions on them, they could probably handle it. But it's going to get to the point where we're going to need somebody who can kind of keep that tankiness going and can stop them from killing us. So then, but we don't want to lose attack. All right, that's the other thing. We don't want to lose too much attack. So we're going to try it out. We're going to see how he does, and then we'll go from there. But either way, these guys are really good. Dark Mage is really good. That Orc Mage is really good. Just make sure that you're using crit rate and a couple of other things. So now in Arena, we're at Iron 2. We'll go in here. We literally did, I think, only one run here to get to here. So we're going to battle in here. We're going to keep the same team that we have right now. We're going to do consecutive battles. We're only fighting up against, what is it? I think the highest one in there, I think, was 47,000. So, yeah. But we don't have any crazy skills on us right now that are going to stop us from using the abilities that we need to use. All right. In my other team, anything I used was like 5 or 4, magic points, and it was stopping me from being able to actually use skills. All right. The slowdown is really good on my once I get my tank up front, it's going to be even better. So with the freeze, because you're going to slow down everybody in the arena, which is very nice. Another one that's really good is the Artemis. She can do a ton of damage. I really like that hero as well. We are looking to get her on our range hero. That'll probably be someone that replaces Mimir or even the Nike. We'll see how that goes and when I decide to use her. But that's a really good skill because it slows the enemy down even more. So you'll have slow on your tank and you can slow them down with the actual skill. And yeah, boom, and it does a ton of damage. So there you go. We're looking for those types of things. All right. So we want attack up, we want slow down, we want that Artemis, and we want Poseidon. After that, you can do whatever you want. If you need an extra heal, if you need a revive, like whatever gods that you were lucky enough to be given, there you go. We won that fight in 3 seconds. Is that what it said? Or was it 3 seconds ago? So yeah, the team works pretty well. Um, they're really strong. I don't know if this is there's one of these fights that was, see, you can see this tank is slowing my hero down right here. Luckily for me though, we have the crit rate up and my swordsman is very, very built. So he's a lot stronger than the rest of my team. He's just going to run around and basically wipe the floor with these guys, and hopefully they don't die. Hopefully he doesn't die with this. He made it through. There's a shield available. It's waiting for Poseidon. See what I mean? Right now, you would use a speed up, which would kill you. Whereas now it's going to use Poseidon. Boom, and we win. All right. Oh, that's right. It's the Monkey King. He did it. He did his fake little friend. So now we've got Nike, who's going to use attack up, and then boom, kill that last person dead. And I think that team was 47,000, right? And we only lost one guy because he has no gear. Yeah, that one was 49, right? Let's see. Yep, that was 43. So that was basically around the same power as us. We were a little bit stronger by 5,000 power. So even that, we only lost the one guy, and they lost their whole team. So obviously stuff is working. Now, Arena has been a kind of a boggle for me for a little while, and I think the reason it's working for me now is because I've realized that lower cost skills are better if you want to have another big skill that goes off. All right. If you have too many skills that are very high number, you're just going to be cycling through some skills unless all of your skills are good. If all of your skills are attack skills or whatever skills and they're good, like revive and all that, then yeah, it'll work because it doesn't matter which skill pops during arena because you can't control this. So but if you don't have control and you don't have any of those good ones, well, then you're going to want to limit everything that you use in on your team anyway. So it kind of works that this team works in the regular fights for PvE because in PvE it actually works even better because they're not wasting their time and they're cycling through skills quickly because you have a bunch that are like, look at that, 5/5, we're good, and then we get some more rewards. Now, what do we get? We got some gear, we got some stones. See, all this fun stuff. Look, now this is the one we want. Yeah, crit damage and attack speed. That is the glove that we want. All right, this is the one that is the best. Crit and attack speed. This one is crit and dodge. I mean, crit resist and dodge. This one is HP and dodge. We don't care about that. Get out of dodge. All right, we're gonna touch this. Go back to the home. Boom. Let's see what we've got on my main guy here. What does he have? This is attack speed and dodge. So we're probably going to end up switching that out. But I think for right now, I think this is the one we want to switch that with. Now, stats wise, if you go on the stat screen, you can click this. See, he only has a 16% crit rate. which is not good. But the god gives him another 13%, I believe. Actually, no, I think that's with her. I think is actually this, right? Yeah, that's her. That's with the god, I believe. Like if we take her off, right? Remove. Yeah, say we lose a little bit, so we're at 14% now. So there you go. It is with it. All right, so here we go. Crit and enchant. So now when we look at this, who's got the most crit rate? So now he's got 12% crit rate, which sucks. See what I mean? Your crit rates are going to be really low. He's got actually a training that has a decent crit rate. So he's got 25% crit rate. All right. Um, I would probably say honestly, if you're going to be looking for any of these trainings, I would go for skills and crit rate. That's basically it. This is a one off. I got lucky on it. 30% attack speed. Hell yeah, I'm taking that. If you don't get this, I would focus mostly on crit rate and your skill levels. For some reason, I'm still kind of. This is a good one, barrier, because we have like 30 barriers on our team right now. So yeah, we're going to increase attack by 12% because then we're going to use essentially the Poseidon, and then boom, we have a barrier, and we can increase our attack even more. So there you go. And then his main skill is at level 3, so we have more attack there. And we've got Mr. Mimir. Not Mimir. Spear Knight training. So he didn't get that much. He got a couple crit rates. Say crit 300. We've got crit 130, and then a little baby one here. And then we did get an accuracy. I can't say no to accuracy. I love it. And then we went skills, and we have preparation, so we allows him to use skills at the start of the battle. And then on him, we've got training, which actually we get another one right now. So let's see what we get. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so we got nothing here good, so we're going to go for ultimate. Enhance. We want the ultimate to be as strong as possible. I always go for that first. But we do have an attack 500 we got lucky on, and then we've got another accuracy that we picked. Always go for skills when you get garbage, and then go for these when you find something good. All right, that's why. Like if I see an ultimate and a purple skill, I'm going to grab the purple skill first. All right, that's just you'll probably get these. These pop up more than anything else. So go for your attacks first. You can always reset and keep these. All right, and then you'll be fine because these pop up all the time. You don't have to worry about that. All right, who's next? We've got her, which her training suck. I mean, she's got a bunch of garbage. I wasn't too happy with it anyway. And then my healer, we did get HP and accuracy on the rolls. They were the best thing I had. And then this skill, which gives her more attack when in the barrier. So that's kind of nice. And we got her skills leveled. So yeah, everybody's looking pretty good. We're going to be moving forward with this team for a little bit and see how it goes. I want you guys to kind of see what I've done and how I've progressed. This team kind of looks badass. The mage looks really cool on this mountain. I really like him. So if you guys have any questions or anything you guys want to talk about, I mean, this is basically what we've been doing. Actually, you know what? Let's look and challenge. We just started. Like I said, we literally just got here. I think I finished stage 2 of all these. I figured I'd show you. And then Hall of Gods, we only just did Vidar, I think, up to level 2. Yeah. Like I said, we've only been doing the quests and trying to beat things. And by using this kind of strategy, it's been getting us pretty far. I mean, we're level 10 within the first, couple of hours of playtime. I mean, I don't even know. Is there an actual in-game clock? I might have been playing for 8 hours. I have no idea. Is there a settings thing that tells you how long you've been playing? That's always upsetting when you look at that kind of stuff. It tells you how long you've been playing, and I'm like, oh god, I feel sad. Yeah, it's not. I don't know if it's in here. But either way, yeah, there's a lot of things you can do. Look for certain heroes. Look for skills that match your heroes. Make sure your team synergizes well together, and go like that. But I said rares in the beginning are more than easy enough to get through the beginning, at least through very hard and even into hell. I mean, I was using rares in hell, and I think I switched over to some of my epics on my older account. Yeah, around hell was when I started really pushing them. But I had Power Fist and a couple. I think I had Assassin. Yeah, those are the ones I started pushing into. Who did I have? I had Knight Commander and I had Punch Fist, Power Fist. Those were my two I got through normal hard mode with. And then in very hard, we started moving into more of the epics. And I did grab a legendary healer at that time. This is a team I think we're going to try and max. Like literally, this account I think we're going to do is we're going to max this whole team. All right, exactly how you see it, without possibly switching her out for my beast guy. We'll see if I decide to do that or not. I may keep it the way it is if I can get these two to kind of be more tanky. But I think we're going to need that tank to do the to be able to not die, because I need these guys to be running around like monsters. They look really cool here, but with each other, they look like they're brothers. He's an orc, he's a human, but he looks like he's got the same haircut. So yeah, we're gonna see how far we go, and then we'll touch base on this account next week and see how it goes. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Look at your stats of your gear, check your gear stats. Make sure you're looking at the stats of the gods versus what you're using with your heroes. Make sure you're getting the right heroes and the right gods on your heroes. And yeah, don't rush. Use your rares while it's easy. They're easy to reset. You just go in here. All right, hero. Say I want to switch this guy out for an epic later on. Nope, no, we don't want to do that one. See how much he costs? Let's look how much he costs. He costs 350 gems to reset. All right, this guy, what is he going to cost me? 160 gems. I mean, we have like 4,000. All right, don't waste your gems. Don't waste your time on masteries and trying to get all that stuff done. I made that mistake before. Masteries are good, but just try to get whatever you can get out of it. Mine aren't unlocked yet. We're slowly getting through campaign, and yeah, we have always try to finish this collection. You get a lot of gems from this. Look, we got 10 from getting my beast guy. I'm very excited about that. These two guys are friends. All right, and as always, like, share, subscribe. You are very helpful for my channel growth. We just hit 1,800 subscribers, so that's kind of cool. And yeah, I think we're on our way to that 2,000 mark, guys. You guys are pushing it. So yeah, this is God's Raid. All the fun stuff in the beginning with gear and stats and things to think about while you play. This is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and you guys take care.